What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another McFarlane Toys action figure review on the DC Multiverse Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. If you're trying to get your DC Multiverse figures, you can do so.
Search your feelings, you know it be true.
Darkside Toys is a store for you. Link below.
And while you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thanks to McFarlane Toys for sending out this sample 2 review for you guys. If you want to see the latest from McFarlane Toys, be sure to check the link in the description below. And as always, nice packaging right over here. On the back, you can see this nice image of Zur-En-Arrh, and then you can see some other DC Multiverse figures at the bottom. Not much at the top or at the bottom, so let's get to it and slice this thing open. And I'm going to open this from the bottom right over here this time, see how this goes. Not terribly familiar with the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. I did do some research, and yeah, I'm excited to talk more about it. But anyway, let's go ahead and slice right over there. Bend that cape inward, and all right, it's a very soft cape, by the way. And we got some accessories, bat for the Batman, and a knife for the Batman right there, and then the trading card in the base. All right, let's get this guy back on the rotating base. And looking at this figure again on the rotating base, I gotta say I like it. This is actually a pretty fun figure to have, and it has some pretty sweet accessories as well, so let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So we get your standard issue DC Multiverse base right there, and then you get their standard issue trading card, and this has some nice photography right there. I dig it, and there's a lengthy read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. It's actually quite interesting. Then you get Lucille over here, or, you know, this studded spiked bat right there. Not spikes, more like studs, but I do like the sculpt of it, and you get the wrap painted right there and everything. Then you have this small knife, which looks pretty good. I like that silver paint right there. Nice sculpted detail there as well. And it's very soft, very, very rubbery, soft knife, so you don't have to worry. So I'm not going to pretend I've been a big fan of the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh for a long time, but I've known about this suit and have been curious about it, and I thought, you know, getting this new figure would be a good opportunity to do a little bit of research. And yeah, so this is basically Batman's own pure alter ego in his head, just going on full-on Batman with no Bruce Wayne in there. And one thing I thought was interesting was the name Zur-En-Arrh actually comes from young Bruce Wayne mishearing his father, Thomas Wayne, saying that if anyone was ever locked or dressed up like Zorro, they'd lock him in Arkham, or Zorro would be in Arkham. And I thought that was great, because if he actually knew what his father thought of masked vigilantes, maybe he wouldn't have become Batman. I don't know what it is with this little extra chewing texture or chewed up texture. It looks like it's some stubble. It looks a little bit weird, looks a little grimy, but it looks a little bit cool at the same time. And that's what I like about this figure, is that it has this kind of grimy look to the whole thing, especially with all the stitching and everything throughout the whole body. One thing I would like to see was maybe some paint detail to make this sculpt pop even more, you know, like some dark red shadowing effect or some orangish colored, you know, to make this stand out a little bit more. You know, so it does look really good on its own. I just wish that, you know, maybe some more paint on it would have been a little bit neat, right? I really love all those stitching patterns that you see throughout, and get those boots right over there. Get the treads at the bottom of the feet with the peg holes. Then I feel like this cape was reused from another figure, but I can't pinpoint it. I did go through a few of my Batmans, and I don't recognize it, but I like how soft it is. That's really helpful. So the articulation on this figure is not too bad. I do like the range of movement with the head joint right there. So he can look up very far, and he can look down very far. You get side-to-side motion, good head pivoting. We have the butterfly joints that move forward and back and shift up and down just a tiny bit. You can get the arms outward that far, and they move inward. You could rotate a full 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then you could rotate the wrists and hinge them horizontally or vertically, depending on how you have it configured. You have this diaphragm joint that turns side to side, diaphragm pivot. It barely crunches forward. That's just not as much as I'd like to see right there. That's frustrating. It does move back a little bit. You can see this little plastic piece on the inside right there. It's not a big deal, but yeah, I wish they could crunch forward more than that. You do get a waist cut in there as well. With both joints, you're pivoting not that much more with the waist joint, and I'm trying to crunch with the waist joint, and it's not really moving that far forward either. I'm just mostly moving the legs forward. Anyway, the legs do move outward very far, and you can kick forward only that much and back back a bit, there is upper thigh rotation with this particular figure, so I do like that. And you have the double jointed knees, no boot cut over here. I think that's a missed opportunity. Then the ankles do move down, they do move up. Oh, you could turn the ankles side to side. Fairly loose ankle joints just on that up and down hinge right there. It's a little bit more loose than most of my DC Multiverse figures. You get the beautiful ankle pivot in there and toe articulation. Now to measure out this Batman of Zur-En-Arrh figure, you can see that he is standing at around 7.5 to 8 inches tall. Then for a little bit of a Batman comparison, you can see we have our Batman of Zur-En-Arrh next to our Year 2 Batman and our Death Metal Batman. Then for another McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse comparison, you can see we have the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh next to Bizarro Superman. And this is not like a one-to-one or anything, but they're both kind of, you know, raggedy versions of Superman and Batman, and I thought it'd be cool to see them side by side. Yeah, I'm not liking the size difference between the two, right? Batman shouldn't be all taller than Bizarro, no? Right? Then here's the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Batman holding the bat. I get it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to this channel and help us out by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, do yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss out on my future videos. And a big thank you to all these people over here that go the extra mile to support this content via Patreon and membership. If you are a person that knows this character really well, I have a feeling you're going to absolutely love this figure. For me, it's pretty awesome. I actually really do like this piece. It's just not my absolute favorite. The colors grew on to me, and it's still very weird looking, but I think when I first saw this version of this figure, it was when Mattel made it, and I don't remember seeing all the stitching and stuff going on. So seeing the figure with all the stitching patterns and understanding the backstory behind the character, it makes me like it a bit more. It's just more rugged, unfiltered Batman, and I think it's pretty neat, man. I like it. Not my absolute favorite or anything, and I do have my little gripes about it, but I think it's a pretty dope piece, and really, at the price point of $19.99, plus sales tax and shipping, I'm gonna give this Batman of Zur-En-Arrh a Sud rating of...
It's not so bad. I love it.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. I would like to read Morrison's run on this. I'm not familiar with it. I mean, I know about it, and I remember when it came out, but I would like to read it. I'm still reading my comics. I don't buy a lot of new comics, but I still read my comics. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the figure. If you want to see the latest in action figure news and a photo gallery of images, you can find it all over at toynewseye.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face,